Dear students, hope you are all well. So, students, in the last class, we learned about Moja, that was a village where most of the people lived in villages. A village was called Moja. The chief of the village was Patil, and a Kulkarni helped the Patil in his work. Then the next we learnt about Kasba. A kasbah is a big village where agriculture was the main occupation. The Shete and Mahajan were the Watandars. The Mahajan maintained the accounts of the pate. Next, we learnt about Pargana. Many villages together made a pargana. The Deshmukh and the Deshpande were the Watandar officers of the pargana. The Watandar officers were the link between the people and the government. And then the next we learned was the calamity of a famine. A famine was the greatest calamity of the people. It was difficult for people to live in the village. People were ready to sell themselves. People had to wander to faraway regions in search of livelihood. Now let's move forward further with the chapter. Next is the work of the Varkari sons or the work of the Varkari movement. Now we are studying medieval Indian history, right? And in this lesson, India before the times of Shivaji Maharaj that we learned, that was second chapter. And the topic right now we are learning is Maharashtra before the times of Shivaji Maharaj. Now, what we are trying to understand is the social conditions of the people during the medieval period. And by that, we know that the social life of the people were greatly influenced by blind beliefs and rituals. People had become fatalistic and inert. They had lost all initiative. The condition of the people was miserable. As we learned in the before chapter, the condition was miserable. People had to leave their settlements and they had to move to other villages. They did not have food to eat. In such circumstances, that means in such problem situation, the sons in Maharashtra, the various sons, endeavored to inspire the masses. They tried to help the people. So the thing here to understand is that during the medieval period or during Maharashtra before the times of Shivaji Maharaj, people were not aware about the things which should be there in their life, like education. At that time, people were not aware, like education or cultural things. All the people were minded of following the path of blind belief and rituals. Let's move forward. And sons in Maharashtra, there are different sons you must have heard. So, sons in Maharashtra worked for the common people by using different ways or mediums. So, in Maharashtra, the tradition of sons, which began with Sant Dhyaneshwar and Sant Namdev, was carried out by sons coming from various strata of the society. People from all strata of society were part of the Sant tradition. And in this number of names you can see over here, you can take including Sant Shri Chakradhar, Sant Dhyaneshwar, Sant Chokamela, Sant Rohidas, Sant Sena, Sant Goroba, Sant Savta, Sant Narhari, Sant Sheikh Mohammed, Sant Muktabai, Sant Janabai, Sant Kanhopatra. There are number of names we can take in this list. So there are so many number of sons in Maharashtra. Let's move forward. And Pandharpur was at the center of their worship. So they were Varkari. Now in Varkari movement, all these sants used to praise Lord with them. Okay, can you see the picture? They used to praise Lord Vitthal at Pandharpur, mostly all the sons. So Pandharpur was the center of their worship. They used to go to worship, and Vitthal was the object of their worship, and Vitthal was their god. On the banks of the river Chandrabhanga at Pandharpur, the sons and different pilgrims used to rejoice in their devotion, and there was propagated through bhajans and kirtans. So these sons, they used to keep various bhajans and kirtans, okay, for the people, and unity meals. They used to have food together through bhajans and kirtans. These sons taught people many new things. Okay, these sons helped the people, right? So they taught the people many new things and philosophy of life. As we learned before, that people did not know what to do. So these sons, they taught people many new things and philosophy in life, means what they had to do. In this, the first name is Sant Namdev, who was a great sant. Now you must have heard his name somewhere, right? Of the Varkari movement. He was a skilled organizer, means he used to arrange different events for the people to teach the people. He performed excellent kirtans, as well as kirtan was a medium where the sons in front of people for hours they used to teach people. What the sons they used to do? They used to teach people for hours. Okay, they used to teach people by using abhangas. Abhangas are Marathi poems. He awakened the sense of equality in men and women. So Sant Namdev, he awakened the sense of both, there should be equality in both men and women. Between men and women, there was discrimination. As you know, before there was discrimination. So these sons talked about the equality, okay, by using kirtans. By using the medium of kirtan, he gave knowledge to the people. His Abhanga compositions are well known. Many sons as well as common people was influenced by his teaching. So these people, they used to like Sant Namdev's teaching. He went up to Punjab propagating his thoughts. That means he was from Maharashtra, but he went on teaching people. So he went till Punjab to teach people. His compositions are included in the Guru Granth Sahib of the Sikhs. So his composition, his works are included in different books, written in different books. He propagated the message of Bhagavad religion in all quarters, that means in all places. He also built a memorial to Sant Choka Mela at Pandharpur. A memorial means a statue. And that's why the work of Sant Namdev in Varkari movement is unforgettable. That means people also cannot forget what things he did for the people, as people used to like his teachings. Okay, let's move forward. Now, the next one is Sant Dhyaneshwar. He was also a great sant in the Varkari movement. He wrote the Bhaurata Dipika or Dhyaneshwari and Amrutanubhav. Okay, see, these were the books which Sant Dhyaneshwar wrote. He showed a simple way of worship. His way was simple. But all these sons in the Varkari movement showed a simple way of worship. All these sons who used to teach people, they showed a simple way of worshipping. He gave the prestige of a religion to the Varkari movement. He preached the importance of the path of devotion, his works and composition. So the important thing about Sant Dhyaneshwar, he showed a simple way of worship. Okay, all these sons had a simple way so that people will understand better. Let's move forward. And the Pasyadan, which is a very famous composition of Sant Dhyaneshwar. There's a book which is famous of Sant Dhyaneshwar. His Pasayadan in Dhyaneshwari uplifts the mind of the people. The poetic composition of his brothers Sant Niruvirtanath and Sant Sopan Dev and sister Muktabai are well known. Let's move forward. Then the next is Sant Eknath. Again, a great Sant, okay, of the Bhakti movement. You learned Bhakti movement, right, in the last chapter? Yes. His compositions are many and diverse. Okay, his compositions, he's different about things he has written are many and diverse, which includes Abhanga, Gaulan, and Barud, which is a kind of writing about Barud. Sant Eknath wrote many things about society, how people should live, and gave knowledge to the people. He had stated Bhagavad Dharma in detail and in a simple manner. These sons, they used to teach people in a simple manner so that it will be able for the people to understand better. Not only in detail but also in a simple manner. He has portrayed people's life in Bhaurat or Ramayana through the story of Ram. He explained in Marathi the bhakti part of the Sanskrit word, that is Bhagavad. He was a teacher of the people in the true sense of term. Now, as we go to school, right, and teacher teaches us the same way to teach the society, we need a teacher, right? A teacher teaches you the same way a society also needs a teacher to teach. So these sons played a very important role in teaching common people. A Marathi language is no way inferior to Sanskrit. So Sant Eknath says our Marathi language is no way inferior to Sanskrit. Any language is not inferior. All the languages are equal. He believed that a Marathi language was not inferior to no other language. He asked the Sanskrit scholars forcefully. He heavily criticized those who hated other religions. He did not like that people should hate other religions. Okay? It means that again the thought of equality, the thought of kindness to other religions also. Thought of kindness to other caste also. So these sons give people the vision, the thought, and the knowledge about the living. Okay, let's move forward. Then the next very important name is in the Varkari movement is Sant Tukaram. Sant Tukaram Abhanga compositions were very pleasing and lucid and reaching the greatest poetic heights. Lucid means he used to express, he used to teach people clearly and in a simple way. Okay, very simple to understand and in the same time. In each abhanga, that means in each poetry, okay, of Sant Tukaram, one can find the philosophy of life. His Abhangavani is precious treasure of the Marathi language. Now, all his abhangas, that means all his poems, are collected in a book. Okay, it's collected in a book which is called as Gata. Okay, a book named Gata where all his poems are collected and kept. Of course, Sant Tukaram. He asks us to find God by showing love to the unhappy. That means people who are not happy, you should teach them good so that they will also be happy in life. And he says, no need to go in a place where there is God, like a temple, right? We go to God to worship. So he says, no need to go in a place where there is God, like in the temple or any religious place. If you want to show your love to God, simply you can help the person who is in need. So what he says, there is no need to go to any religious places or worship God. If you want the love of God, you can simply help the person who is needy. Okay, let's move forward. As I told you before also, he taught people about the philosophy of life. And one of his Abhanga, he stressed that devotion should be coupled with morality. His teachings can be summed up. Some dogmatic people opposed the social awakening that he had undertaken. Now, some people, some people sometimes always are against. So, some people did not like what he was teaching. Okay. And because all sons talked only truth, and that's why his Abhangas sank in the Indrayani river. Sant Tukaram faced the opposition with noble courage, as some people were against him, but he was not worried about that. He faced it, okay, with courage, and it was because he was following the path of truth. He was following the path of truth, so he had to not worry about what people are saying, and which was for the betterment of society and the betterment of people. So, why was he doing this? For the betterment of the people and for the betterment of the society. Let's move forward. Then the next point is the work of the Varkari sons. All these Varkari sons, what were their work? Sons gave the message of equality. Now, all these sons we learnt about, what did they give the message of? Equality. And advocated the religion of humanity and humanism. That means all religions are equal, all humans are equal. Today, also, all the teachings of the sons are very important in our day to day life and the circumstances which we are around. There are different circumstances. There are sometimes bad days, there are sometimes good days, right? So there sometimes we have problems in life, so how we should face it, okay, which we are surrounded nowadays. Thought people, the third point says, thought people to love one another, unite and live in harmony. Always be united, okay, and live in harmony. The work of the people resulted in social awakening, or the work of the people awakened the people. Now, the work of the sons created self confidence among the people. That means the people also got confidence when they started hearing the teachings of the sons, right? They got confidence in them because their teaching was in a simple manner and the people could understand it better. Let's move forward. And the thing which is very important, but because of their truth, all the sons were truthful. They used to talk mostly about truth. Because of their true things, and as they showed the path of devotion, living amongst people and sharing their joys and sorrows, they used to live with the people. They used to even share their joys and their difficult times. Some orthodox and dogmatic people opposed them, but the sons believed that facing this opposition was a part of their duty. As I told you, some people had problem with the sons when they were teaching. All people are not same. Some people had problem, but they did not see over that. See, they did not. They said the people are talking. Let it be. I will go on my path. Sant Tukaram says, what work we do, we should worship our work. Okay, what work we do, we should worship our work as a God. Then our work will also be good. Who says? Sant Tukaram. The sons carried out with their duties even as they were engaged in devotion, teaching, and composing verses. They developed the moral sensibilities of the society, and which was a very important part in the medieval period of history. So the sons carried out their work. They did not hear what people are talking, because what is their duty? Their duty is to teach the people, right? Let's move forward. Then the next name is Ramdas Swami or Sant Ramdas. He was from Jam in Maharashtra. Now, Jam is a place in Nagpur in Maharashtra. He explained the importance of physical fitness to the people. He condemned a life of idleness. He gave the message of industriousness, that is continuously doing something or work for the betterment of the people. And he gave practical education and lessons in good conduct. That means in simple language he explained to people. Through his work like Dasadod, Korhashtakta, he stated the importance of people's movement and organization. He traveled far and wide to propagate his thoughts. That means, what was the sun's aim? They used to not stay in one place. They used to travel in order to teach the people. Okay, so the important thing to understand about sons, they used to not stay in one place. They always used to go from one place to another, like Sant Namdev. As I told you, he was from Maharashtra, but he went till Punjab. The same way, other sons also traveled to places and taught people through their abhangas and kirtans. They taught people through their poems and different kirtans which were organized. Let's move forward. That's your homework. The first question is Sant Eknath was a great sant of the dash. Next is Sant gave the message of dash to people. And the last one is write a note on Sant Tukaram. That's all for now. The chapter ends over here. We will learn the next chapter in the next video. Thank you for listening, children. Goodbye. Take care.